How are you feeling?
I'm tired.
Today's Sunday, our 4th day out here, and we're feeling it. I mean, after yesterday with 4 hours of sleep, I got about 10 hours of sleep last night. How much did you get? 8. Yeah, so we're feeling kind of like the aftermath of us waking up early. We didn't get up early today just because we're trying to catch up on sleep, and we're deciding to shoot in the middle of the day today because it's supposed to be on-off raining all day today and tomorrow morning. So we're not gonna get up tomorrow morning because there's no point if we could just get it done today. Yesterday, I was hoping for some sun. Today, we're just gonna have to make do with what we have today. So right now, we're just gonna kind of wander around, go explore. I like this city a lot more than Budapest. A lot more larger architectural type of stuff. There's a lot of construction going on, just like cities are going. But yes. So I don't know exactly where we are, but I see two big buildings on my left and right, and then we have a statue in the center. I can't get the whole buildings on both sides, but I'm actually able to get the centers of them. So I really do like the kind of center peaks and the center statue in the middle. There are cranes in the background. There's a lot of construction in the background, but I think I'm going to Photoshop them out. I could have done this on the other side, but I couldn't get both buildings how I like it in this photo, all in one photo. I could take a panorama, but I don't want to do that. I just want to take one photo. And also what I'm going to do, so the sky, the sun's directly above, but there are some crazy clouds in the sky. And so what I'm going to do is actually expose for the sky, expose for the foreground, and then HDR, typical. Bracket my exposure. So hopefully this turns out. I know how to do this. I know how to do this in landscape. I've seen a bunch of tutorials and stuff like that. So hopefully I do get a compelling image, and you'll see that on the screen, and hopefully this does look good. And I think I'll be happy with this image. I do like kind of like leading lines. I do like centered kind of images. So hopefully this does turn out the way I envisioned it. I also forgot to mention that I am trying to use a slow shutter speed, so I do have a Peter McKinnon variable ND filters. This one's the 6 to 9 stop ND, and so I want to have a lower shutter speed to be able to blur the tourists, to at least maybe not draw as much as attention to them, just to kind of give a different feel to the photo. I've never taken a photo like this before, so I usually like to experiment. Okay, so it's about to rain. We're in front of, I do not know what, but it's some Gothic, is it a church? A Gothic church, I would assume. It's right next to Mozart's apartment, his apartment. So that's kind of what we're shooting. I've noticed that a lot of Europe, a lot of architecture stuff, it's cool. I like to see it in person, but for photography-wise, it doesn't really interest me that much. I'm looking for more of like nature landscapes. I get inspired more by nature, but I'm doing my best to see what I can do here. I actually have an idea with what's going on here is there's a lot of birds flying around this church, so I'm almost thinking of trying to grab a long lens and trying to get a bird in focus while it's flying around, which I think would be pretty cool with the building in the background. But anyway, here we're gonna be doing the same thing that we did last time, is bracketing the exposure, especially with the long exposure, so that I can get people blurred it out and stuff. And I'm low to the ground because I do want to see the people, but with them blurred, I think it would look pretty cool. Because a lot of the stuff that's happening on this building is up high. So hopefully this does turn out the way I envision. And yes. So in that last bit, as I was talking, I said I was gonna shoot a bunch of birds, but the reason why I said that was because I saw a bunch of birds flying around as I was taking that picture, but now I don't really see much. There really aren't any that are flying around now. But I think what I'm gonna do is just sit on birds. Like I see birds up there, I'm gonna wait till they fly away, and I'm gonna take pictures as they go and try to follow them. The hardest part about this actually is, as they're flying, is trying to like find them through my viewfinder. And so I would have to be like zoomed out, and then when I find them, zoom in on them, which is kind of a pain. So I think these birds are about to jump. They're like scooching down. I have noticed that they only really sit there for like a minute or two, and then they take off, and then there's birds flying by. They're just up there sitting there together. And of course I'm in a continuous autofocus, so hopefully I can get this picture. It's very difficult.